Hello everyone, Estelle here, and we're here with Victoria, continuing our explorations of the land of Lodoria. We are at 180k in the bank, so we are missing 52 for our goal of the Master Power Scroll. That will allow us to have 125 in one of our skills. We are just south of the city of Lodor, in this little graveyard in here. It has no monsters apparently, but it has many secrets. If you're a priest character, you come here and pray and you get one of your spells if you have a priest book with you. I haven't found one for Victoria, maybe it's something that she will be interested in eventually. But in this little room here, we have the entrance for a very large dungeon complex. Let's start exploring. This is the crypt, a normal difficulty dungeon, so it shouldn't be too much for us. Especially if we remember to put our remove trap on. This vampire turned into two bats instead of one. They are learning. An elder vampire. If you are a Vampire the Masquerade player like I am, this might sound very scary, but in UO it doesn't. Victoria is already what I consider to be a mid-game character. She has good skills and has decent gear, so she is ready for a challenge, and that's what she will find in this episode. Evil Rob of Shimiza the Shroud. Oh wow, this is a really good robe. Yeah, this is an insane robe for a mage. I'll keep it. We are getting lots of procs for our drain health and drain mana, which is really nice. This weapon has opened a few new avenues for us. This place might look really small, but if you look closely there are a few footprints in here. That will lead you to this place, which are the Lodoria sewers, another normal difficulty dungeon that uses this absolutely miserable tile set that is a nightmare to navigate, but let's get through it. As far as normal dungeons go, this isn't anything too special. You have spiders, you have serpents, you will have a few rat people. But it's easy to survive in here. What is hard is to actually get to the other place, mainly because of the amount of different floors and staircases in here. If I recall correctly, we have to go... No, apparently I didn't recall correctly. We have to go this way. And through here, maybe? No. Let's go around and see what we find. Maybe we need to go down this way. Or not. I really wish we had a wand of teleportation with us. Because there are so many places that will lead you to dead ends in this kind of layouts. Yeah, probably here to the south. Also, it's very likely that I will fall multiple times in here. Except when I want to. Here. I am skipping the enemies because this is a very... those fights are very simple and are not very rewarding for us. But we did it. So what you need to do is to come south all the way in and to the right. And with some luck, you won't lose too much time in this place. Now for the interesting portion. We are in the catacombs, which is classified as a difficult dungeon. So enemies have much more health and drop much more gold. There are quite a few of those rooms that will have single enemies in them. So if you're just farming, it might be worth your time to go through all of them. I'm doing this for the sake of content. As you can see, there's nothing too difficult in here. So far. But it can ramp up. We can take two of those guys at once. When I mentioned that they drop much more gold, I meant much more gold relative to what they usually drop, which is very little. So don't get your hopes up unless you're fighting enemies that are actually meaningful. But we have lizard hide. No, thank you. Let's explore this wing to the right. And we have a leash. When leashes start being pushovers and start feeling squishy, you know that your character is starting to work out. Let's see if we already have this book. I think that the dev broke the books in the last update, the crafting ones. He did some minor changes in them, but they are not registering as new. Shroud of the Ghost. I'm still very excited about this rope that we found. It's really, really insane for a mage. I am cursed to never find those cauldrons in a character that actually has a chance of carrying bottles on them. The vampire mana drained us, so let's mana drain him back. There we go. I like to read those books off screen, and then if we do something related to them, I will pop them up and show you what they are talking about. Because otherwise, my voice will probably not be able to take a whole 40 minutes video. I've made the very poor decision of starting smoking when I was 15, and that has ruined my voice forever. So if you have the chance of not doing that, I strongly recommend it. So remember that whenever you see those kinds of faces in the walls, it's a good idea to stay as far away from them as possible, because they will spit fire on you. What was this? Oh, we have a good helmet with with physical resist. Yeah, we take it, ours. So just stay, hug the wall, and you will be safer. There is a little tomb here. If you are a Death Knight, you can learn a spell on it. Let's take all of them down. Somehow we managed to get our Divine Fury surrounded by all of these people. I can't really understand what's happening, but I imagine we are winning. One more good hit and he will be gone. Hemo Delish. There we go. I think that I was considering doing, and my localing style here is to make a fork of the project and do a few changes of things that always bothered me about Ruins and Riches in general and Akalabeth. I would like the extremely strong endgame enemies to have a chance of dropping power scrolls. Not only because of the money it saves, but because, for instance, if you're playing a red or outlaw character, you're going to have a really hard time getting to that castle and buying from an NPC. Because not everyone will have thief skills like to use its guy's kit. And I don't think that it should be required for progression. Especially if you don't add like a bunch of skills to your character, a bunch of limits, a higher limit of skills. Here we have the torture chambers. And the first trapdoor of this episode. 14 agapite, we'll take it. That was nice of them. But otherwise this place is not that remarkable. There's a named undead here. This is of the variety that has a whole lot of hit points. And that poisons. Jorn of the Ancient King. Makes me think that Jorn is like its job or something. Let's take the wisp down first. Could even do enemy of one here. Should make it easier. Yeah, I love this new hammer. The attack speed is really good. It just feels like she doesn't stop swinging. It's much more satisfying to use than our slower maul. How are we doing in karma? 13k fame, 12k karma. I don't know how we got such a disparity amongst them, but we are almost at 15k in both, which will be an interesting milestone. Carpentry shirt. We also should be on the lookout for another 10-foot bowl, because I believe that ours is not going to last us very long. In these rooms in here, you will find more random undead that you can fight if you wish to. But let's continue our journey. We had found another ladder a few minutes ago. Let's go there. This will be familiar to people that played OZ. This is where you should probably spend an awful lot of time farming Cora for her shield and her artifacts. And I think it was Covetous, the dungeon that originally had this place. I remember being here waiting for her respawn for hours and fighting PKs here because I wanted the stupid black shield, the Hephaestus black shield. And it took me a long time to get it. What is this? Box containing a disturbing portrait. Let's take it. But as you can see, here we have a zombie dragon instead of Cora. I'm having a hard time remaining unpoisoned, but the dragon's going down. We killed bigger ones. Lots of trapped containers in here. And our obligatory gender change potion. I was starting to wonder if we were not going to get one today. And following those handy footsteps in here, we find this interesting looking statue and the hidden Undercity, which is what is the name again? The Mind Flayer City, a challenging dungeon with a much larger variety of enemies and a really large map size. Look at all of this. And if you know your Dungeons and Dragons, you know what Mind Flayers are. They're very interesting. A Naga. Also, I believe that most people will know what they are now because of the Baldur's Gate 3. Maybe you should play that on the channel. I enjoyed the first two ones much more, but you never know. There's a lot of bards in here, but if you remember, we changed the peacemaking code to be much less obnoxious. So now it lasts for only a few seconds instead of like half a minute and equipping your stuff. So this is much more doable now. We are discarded, which reduces our skills quite significantly. But now they are all back. It's very funny that there's a bunch of draw here in the another disturbing part, right? Sure, let's take it. But as I was mentioning, it's funny that there's a lot of draw here with the in the Mind Flayer city. They don't really like each other. Maybe the mind flayers have enslaved them with their psychic powers. We needed to activate the enemy F1 because this dragon seems to have a really high resists to our damage, even with the consecrate weapon up. And this fight was taking a little too long for my liking. Even with all of our stuff up, it's still taking a while. It feels like one of the bosses of Dastard. Oh, she's getting thirsty. We shouldn't be spending her mana so he can steal it from us. Yes, give me all of those gems, thank you. The Events of the Green Lizard. This looks like a necromancy spellbook to me. And we got a map of Susaria. And a map of Godar. I wanna go all the way around an ancient gazer. Can I go past here? Apparently I cannot, so we shall not go all the way around. We will take the intended path. Because once again, we have no teleporting capability, which is a shame. But let's go up to the left first. Ah no, those things are bad for our weapons. But fortunately we have a lot of potions of repairing for dealing with that. Hopefully the thief will not steal them. It does attack faster than us with the fencing weapon, which makes casting the Divine Fury difficult. But nothing we can't handle. As it was explained to me in very old UO, the lizards had the spell Fizzle sound as their default sound, which is why they have here in Akalabeth. It's very amusing to me. A rust dragon. Yeah, I'm sure that this feels harder because it's a challenging dungeon, so it has like a whole lot more hit points than it had in that start. Now, ideally, we will find a few more pieces of faster casting equipment. The problem we have now is that our gear is in a really decent level, so exchanging one piece might mean that we have to exchange a few more in order to compensate for the stats we lost. Finding a direct upgrade to an individual piece will be challenging. Oh, look at this. Much more agapites. And necrotic hide. Should I take this? No. And another sharpening stone. I will send them to my crafter. The sharpening stones do nothing for Victoria, but I have other characters that use swords. It seems like half of our economy is based on selling gems. Makes you wonder why they are using so many. I believe that this teleports you somewhere, but I don't feel like testing it at this point. Yeah, it's probably another point in the dungeon. Maybe this will lead us. Maybe this is the exit and you have to teleport from somewhere else. But here we go. We start finding mind flayers and beholders in the same place, which is very funny because they absolutely hate each other. An archmage robe. See how dangerous those things are? I'm almost dead. And my bandages are not working for some reason, so I might die. Hold on, there's something wrong with my macro. I don't know, it's supposed to be right because it was working until now. But I increased it a little bit, the timing between the bandages to see if it works better. Because the beholders are very, very challenging for us. My fingers are slipping quite a bit, and I put myself in a difficult place. I drank a potion of rebirth, so if I die, I will come back. It blinks a yellow eye and throws some some eyes at me. In D&D, every single one of those eyes does a different thing. Yeah, run away. And there we go. Yes, this was a difficult fight for Victoria, and there are many like it in this place. But we are at almost 40 minutes, and my voice is already failing. So I believe that I will leave her here and stop the server for a little bit, and come back tomorrow while we do our best to try to defeat the... Oh, why the fuck did we unequip our stuff? This might explain why we were dying. Well, anyway, I will stop for now and come back tomorrow, where we will finish this dungeon, hopefully. Where are my earrings? Well, anyway, I will figure it out eventually. Thank you for joining. I hope you had a good time, and I hope you keep following to know where the exploits of Victoria take her. Bye bye.